Okay, dear students, so today our topic is the continuation of anatomy and physiology of heart. So in the last class, we learned regarding the nature of heart, that is, it is the muscular organ or pumping organ. It's play important role in the circulations of the fluid from one part to another part, as well as it was involved in the coordinating or coordinations of the organs or communications. So regarding the exact location, its location is between third to seventh ribs. So already we learned regarding the size, it should be 12 centimeter long, 9 centimeter width, and 6 centimeter thick. And weight, the female having the lighter heart as compared to the male, and average female having 250 to 300 gram, and the male will be having the heart weight around 300 to 350 grams. So regarding the wall, the heart is consist of four gates or four wall, that is tricuspid wall, pulmonary wall, then aortic wall, bicuspid or mitral wall. So they are present as a gate. They can restrict the flow of blood or to prevent the excess entry blood in the respective chambers. So regarding the layer, so heart is made up of three layers: epicardium, outer layer, myocardium, mid layer. It is a play important role in the contraction, relaxation, conductions. Then endocardium, it is the inner lining layer. Then heart also covered with the layer that was known as pericardium. So it is having two layer, consists of two layer, the fibrous and serous pericardiums. Now regarding the chamber, the heart mainly consists of four. Two is superior, two is inferior. That is atrium and ventricles. So once again, right side present the impure blood and left side present the pure blood. So regarding nutrition, the heart is continuously required the sodium, calcium, potassium, glucose, and oxygen. Okay, so these are the essential nutritions for the heart. So whatever taken the nutrition, from the nutrition, the heart or any organ, so that was required sodium as a depolarizing agent. If you having excess of sodium in that organ means, so that organ function is increases. For good example, so when your father was shouting, so your mother was told to your father, please do not use excess of salt. ओके, सो ऑलरेडी सुना आपने कि फादर कभी गुस्सा किया तो बोलते घर में बड़े लोग कि ज़्यादा साल्ट नहीं खाने का, आपको गुस्सा बहुत आ रहा है, बिकॉज सो दैट वाज कंटेनिंग सोडियम क्लोराइड. So that sodium chloride enter your blood, then deposited in the brain or enter in the brain or different organs. So due to entry of sodium, the functions of that organ was increases. Suppose if any drug, so that was accelerate the functions of heart or functions of organ means definitely, so that drug enhance the sodium level. And calcium, it is required for contractions, okay, and conductions of in impulses or action potential from one cell of the myocardium to the another. That is the rule of calcium. So that's why, so where the sodium and calcium is increases, so that organ function was increases. Here also the same in the heart also, if the any drug or any element or food, if it is increases sodium and calcium means definitely, so that drug is increases the functions and performance of the heart. If it is excess, then only the heart functions abnormal, that is we are suffering from the high bp, that was known as the hypertensions. And lack of this, and especially the lack of calcium, the heart was fail. Okay, if our blood, if our myocardium of the heart, if do not have sufficient calcium, okay, if it is present in the blood but in myocardium it cannot releases, okay, so then also the heart fail is occurs. Okay, to during the case of heart failure only you having the 2 minutes to survive the patients. Okay, so where the various injections are there, so that was administered by the nurse, doctors or family or many health professional, so they having the knowledge regarding that drug and conditions. Okay, so that drug save the failure from the heart by enhancing the calcium level in the myocardium. So regarding potassium, it was required for relaxations. So after functioning of the heart, some relaxation is required, that is known as the recovery period or refractory period. Okay, so that was the role of the potassium. If potassium is not present or in our myocardium, means the muscles cannot be relaxed properly. Then also we are suffering from the arrhythmia, hypertension, many other conditions are there. Simply that is a high BP. If potassium is excess, it means it can cause the failure of the organ also. Okay, we need only sufficient. If it is excess means then also the organ function was a malfunction. If it decrease means then also the organ function is malfunctions. So regarding glucose, it is the source of energy, and regarding oxygen, it is required for each and every metabolic cell. So like that, the myocardium or cardiac cell is also required the oxygen as a fuel for required for the various metabolic functions. So this is a review regarding the that was completed in the last class. So today we learn regarding the actions of what in future. Okay, so when you're reading the articles or books or journals or case files, case reports, so where the doctor they do not write the heart rate is increases like that, they do not write, they write only positive chronotropics, negative chronotropics are in the journal, so they are written. So that this drug is given the purpose of to show the negative chronotropic action or negative that is inotropic or dromotropic prothrombamics. Okay, so they are technically the word used. So these are the various action. So they are regulated or present in our heart. So first one is the chronotropic actions. If anywhere, if the word the chronotropic agent or action is there, means that related to the heart rate. Okay, that related to the heart rate, it can denotes the heart rate. Okay, so here the chronotropic action of heart means, so it is related to the heart rate. So once again, the chronotropic action, so they are mainly divided into two types. That is, one is the positive chronotropic action and another one is the negative chronotropic actions. So positive means to increase the heart rate, and negative means to decrease the heart rate. So normal heart rate is 60 to 80 beats per minute, and in average that was 72. Okay, so but the mean is 72, but the average is 60 to 80. If it is less than 60, so that was known as the negative chronotropic actions or negative chronotropic condition of the heart. If it is increases more than 80, so that was sometime more than 90, that was known as the positive chronotropic actions or positive chronotropic conditions, so where the heart rate is more than normals. Okay, so whatever the drugs are there, agents are there, if that drug increases the heart rate means, so that drug was known as the positive chronotropic agent. If the drug decrease the heart rate means, so that drug is known as the negative chronotropic agent. For example, atenolol, propranolol, so these are the drugs used for treatment of the high blood pressure on heart. So they will be shows the negative chronotropic actions. It means those drug administration of those drug, they can decrease the heart rate. Okay, so that's why those are known as the negative chronotropic agent, nothing but the drugs which can decreases the heart rate. Simply in the future that word is everywhere you can hear regarding in the CVS. If that agent that increases the heart rate means, that was known as positive chronotropic agents. So regarding next one, so regarding the inotropic action. Okay, so and here once again, sorry, so the increased heart rate, it is mainly depending upon the sodium and calcium. Okay, so that is the those drug they increase heart rate means they can enhance the sodium either calcium, and decrease means, so those drug enhance the potassium level. Okay, so like that nutrition, so that can reflect on the action of the heart. If sodium calcium accumulated mean, that can show the positive inotropic action. So that's why sodium calcium is also known as the positive inotropic agents or elements. And potassium, it can decrease the heart rate. That was known as the negative chronotropic agents. Okay, So regarding the inotropic, so the inotropic action of heart, it is known related to the, it can denotes the force of contraction. So how the muscles was contracted? Okay, it is related to the decrease the size of the muscle. It denotes if anywhere you can heard the inotropic action means, so that was shows the force of contraction, or how the how much the size, or what is the effect on the size of muscle, whether it is decreases or whether it is increases. Okay, so the decrease means that was known as the contraction. So it denotes the force of contraction. Once again, the inotropic actions are two types. One is the positive inotropic action, another is the negative inotropic action. Positive means so they are enhance the, or they can increases the force of contraction. So that was required for to create the pressure on the blood. So in the case of low BP or hypotension, so where we are use the drugs, so that drug can show the positive inotropic actions. Or in the case of congestive heart failure or failure of the heart, we require certain medication that was known as the digoxins. So that digoxin, it can release the, it can treat the, it can avoid the heart failure by showing the positive inotropic action. It can increase the force of contraction. So due to that, it is helpful for to treat the congestive heart failure. And negative means that is decrease the force of contraction. Okay, in the case of hypertension or increased blood pressure, okay, so where we require to develop the negative inotropic conditions in the heart, that means need to decrease the force of contractions of the myocardium. So where we can use the various medications like losartan is there, or atenolol there, or propranolol is there, or all antihypertensive agents, or those drugs they can decrease the blood pressure, or low BP agent commonly. So they are shows the negative, that is the inotropic actions. Even in the case of hypertrophy, okay, due to stress in our body, heart can swell out, or the size of the chamber was increases. So that was known as the hypertrophy. Most commonly, swelling is occurs in the left ventricles. That was known as the left ventricle hypertrophy. It was responsible for to increase the blood pressure, or to increase the heart rate, or to cause the cardiac arrhythmia also. So due to stress or due to any injury in the left ventricle, then the swelling of the left ventricle was taken place. So that was known as the hypertrophy or left ventricular hypertrophy, where the cardiac output was decreases. Then the demand of the body cannot be fulfilled. So due to lack of that, automatically the blood pressure was increases. So where the doctor they can use the medications like losartans, atenolols, or many drugs are there, certain drugs. So they can show the negative inotropic action. Then they are helpful for treatment of the, that is the left ventricular failures or hypertrophy. Okay, so whatever drug they increase the force of contraction, those are known as the positive inotropic agents. So whatever drug they can decrease the force of contraction, so those are known as the negative inotropic agents. So regarding dromotropic, it can reflects that, it can denotes the conductions of velocity. So how the velocity or action potential can transmit it from one cell to the another cell. So like that. So here in the heart, in this part, the action potential was generated with the help of SA node. It can migrate towards the AV node like that. Okay, so it is the AV node just present between the left and right atrium in the below part. Okay, from here it, okay, it enters in the down, then it can takes the bifurcation upper side, okay, in the bottom. Okay, so that was it can complete the ventricle. So when it transmitted here, here helpful for the contractions of atrium. When it can take the bifurcation, it is helpful for the contractions of ventricles. So like that, the action potential was generated. So that was known as the transmission, that was known as the conductions of velocity. Okay, and conduction, the performance of the heart, that was mainly depending upon the conductions of velocity. If it is fast means rapidly it can reaches to the myocardium, atrium, ventricle, then rapidly the contractions was occurs. Due to that, once again the blood pressure was increases. If it is slow means slowly the heart can contract, then blood pressure was decreases, heart rate was decreases, hypertension, that is hypotension is occurs. Okay, so that's why once again the dromotropic actions are positive and negative. Okay, positive and negative. So positive means increase the conductions of velocity, and negative means decrease the conductions of velocity. And conductions of velocity is mainly depending upon the calcium. Okay, if the agent, if increases the release of calcium in the myocardium means the conductions of velocity increases. If it decrease the calcium level in the myocardium means that was shows the negative dromotropic actions. Okay, some drugs are there, so they increases, some drugs are there, they can decrease. Last one actions of heart is the bathomotropic action, that was known as the excitability. Okay, so stimuli, that is action potential reaches to the myocardium, so that was known as the stimuli. So according to that stimuli, the myocardium can be shows the response. Okay, the action potential, if it reaches to the myocardium means then myocardium are part of the heart that can show the reaction, that was known as the excitability. For example, so when the deep class is going on, okay, आपका क्लास डीप चल रहा है ट्यूशन या क्लासेस, कोई तुम इतना कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से सुन रहे हो, सो एनी वन in your classmates, they are sitting backside to you or side to you, so when they are pinned to your hand, अगर वो लोग आपके हाथ के ऊपर कुछ पिन या पेन से टच कर रहे हैं, आपको पेन हो रहा है, विदाउट योर नॉलेज उसको आपने स्लैप करते हो, उसको मारते हो विदाउट योर नॉलेज. Or if that candidate was strong or sir was strong, so on that time you can withdraw your hand without your knowledge. आपको ब्रेन को मालूम भी नहीं आपने हाथ कब निकालिया वहां से या आपने चाटा कब दिया. सो दिस इज वाज नोन एज द एक्साइटेबिलिटी. जो पिन मार रहे थे दैट वाज नोन एज द स्टिमुलाई. Okay, like that in the heart, the action potential it acts as the stimuli, or current is acts as the stimuli. So that current reaches to the myocardium or muscles of heart. According to that, it can respond. It was involved in the contractions. That was known as the excitability, and that effect was known as the bathomotropic action. It means that is the ability of the muscle to show reactions or contraction with respect to the stimuli. Maybe external stimuli, maybe internal stimuli. Internal stimuli is action potential that was generated from the S node. External stimuli means that is the in the form of drug or hormones, autokines, whatever they are present in the blood. Okay, according to that only the heart can show the stimuli. For example, in your blood noradrenaline is more. Actually the noradrenaline, adrenaline, they are secreted from the adrenal gland that was present in the kidney, top of the kidney. But when it is enter in the blood, from the blood it will enter in the myocardium, heart means the heart function is increases or heart rate, force of contraction increase. So that was were also the myocardium, it can give the response to the external stimuli with respect to hormones, with respect to neurotransmitter, with respect to any chemicals, so where the heart can respond, the myocardium can respond. So that property was known as the excitability or bathomotropic action. Once again, there are two types, positive and negative. Positive means increases the responses, or negative means decreases the response. So these are the main four actions of the heart, that is chronotropic related to the heart rate, then inotropic related to the force of contraction, then dermotropic related to the conductions of velocity, and bathomotropic action that was related to the to show the excitability of the myocardium or heart. So next one we learn regarding the flow of blood in the heart. So already you know. Okay, so that is the inferior vena cava. It can collect the blood from the superior, that is inferior part of the body, and superior vena cava, it can collect the blood from the upper part of the body. So that was a drain stored in the right atrium. From right atrium it can enter to the left, that is the right ventricle. From the right ventricle it can enter the pulmonary artery with the help of, then to go towards the lungs. From the lungs, it can enter towards the pulmonary vein as a oxygenated blood. In the lungs, the oxygen process occurs. Then it can deposit in the left atrium. From the left atrium, it can enter in the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, it can enter in the aorta. From the aorta, it was recirculated throughout the body. Okay, it can start from the right atrium of the heart, then right atrium to the enters to the blood enters to the right ventricle. So in the right atrium, so that blood can be drained by inferior vena cava, that is from inner part of the body, and superior vena cava from outer part of the body. Okay, from the right atrium it can enter to the right ventricle, from then enters into the lungs for oxygenation process. From here, after oxygenations with the help of pulmonary vein, so that pure blood enter in the left atrium. From the left atrium to the left ventricle, then it can enter in the systemic circulation with the help of the aortic wall or arc of aorta. So like that, the blood can be flow in inside the heart or different chamber of the heart. So next one, we learn regarding the functions of heart. So heart, as you know, the heart is a pumping organs. Okay, so it is helpful for to pump the oxygenated blood throughout the body or other parts of the body. It is the major functions of heart. Okay, the pumping or contractions of the myocardium, that was helpful for to create the certain pressure on the blood. So that pressure is helpful for the movement of the blood from one part of the body to the another part of the body. It is the major functions of the heart. Also, along with the blood, oxygenated blood, it can pump the hormones, certain vital substances to the different parts of the body. That is the transmissions of hormones, enzyme, vitamins, certain glucose. That is also depending upon the heart. Okay, or that is the pumping capacity of the heart. So that pumping of the heart is helpful for transmissions of the essential micronutrients along with the hormones and proteins. Then heart it also receiving the deoxygenated blood, then along with it can carry the metabolic waste products from the body and pump to the kidney as well as lungs. For kidney it is helpful for excretions of the waste material. For lungs it is helpful for to remove the carbon dioxide from the blood and to gain the oxygen. So that's why the heart is also play important role in the drainage system, the removal of the waste material, and as well as it was involved in the removal of the carbon dioxide by supplying blood to the kidney for glomerular filtration and as well as for lungs for oxygenation process. Then also the heart it was play important role in the to maintaining of the blood pressure. Okay, the blood pressure is mainly depending upon the myocardium or muscles of the heart and the heart. So that's why, so these are the major four functions of heart. First is the pumping of blood, then supply of nutrition and removal of waste material, and as well as to create the pressure on the blood. So next one, so regarding the control of heart functions, okay, so in our body there are two systems are there, that is the parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. So these two systems they can control on the heart rate or heart functions. So when the heart rate is increases, so due to any abnormalities or normalities or any over functions, so on that time, so this system was activated. So as you know, so our blood vessels they will be having certain sensors. So among the baroreceptor and chemoreceptor. So these are the major sensor. So they are helpful for to control the functions of the heart. So when the blood is passes through the baroreceptors, and baroreceptors, so they are mainly present in the aorta and as well as the internal carotid artery. So those artery they supply blood to the brain. If the pressure that is around 130 mmHg, that is systolic. Okay, so that was monitored by the baroreceptor as a sensor. Okay, so due to any abnormalities, if the pressure is exceed more than 130 mmHg, so that was detected by the sensory receptors or baroreceptors, then send information to the cerebral cortex. It is a part of the brain. Then cerebral cortex integrate the message what will be happens in the heart, whether increases pressure or whether it is decreases pressure. So here the pressure is increases, that message was integrated by the our cerebral cortex then sent to the medulla. Okay, so the medulla is present. Okay, so that medulla it consists of certain center that was known as the cardiovascular center. These are nothing but group of neurons that unique together work in the unique functions in particular part of the brain. So those are known as a center. So like that in the medulla oblongata, certain group of neurons, so they are unique together. So they are responsible for the formations of the cardiovascular center. So that integrated message from cerebral cortex it can reaches to the cardiovascular center, and cardiovascular center it will be having the center for the autonomic nervous system, and autonomic nervous system it will be having the two system, parasympathetic nervous system and sympathetic nervous system. So in the case of increase, that is the blood pressure, the CVS can activate the parasympathetic nervous system. It means it can activate the vagus nerve, and this vagus nerve it can inverted into the myocardiums. Okay, it can present, it is origin from the brain and supplied to the different parts of the myocardium. So due to activations of parasympathetic nervous system by a cardiovascular center, so this vagus nerve is activated, and the vagus nerve here it can releases the chemical like is known as the acetylcholine. So this acetylcholine acts on the M2 receptor on the myocardium and cause the accumulations of potassium. Then the potassium accumulated, automatically the force of contraction, heart rate, conduction velocity, so that was decreases. So decrease these all, automatically the blood pressure was decreased. So like that the parasympathetic nervous system is helpful for to decrease the elevated blood pressure with the help of the CVC, vagus nerve, and as well as with the help of the acetylcholine potassium through a M2 receptors, or in the case of shock or any other. So when blood pressure is drop more than normal, that is also harmful, because continuously our brain or organ they can require the nutrition along with the oxygen, and supply of nutrition oxygen that was mainly depending upon the blood, and the blood supply from one part to the another part that was mainly depending upon the blood pressure. In the case of decreased blood pressure, then supply of oxygen, supply of nutrition towards the different organ that was also decreased. Even the removal of waste material from the organ is also decreases. So that was responsible for malfunctions of organ. Still you are not controlled with the help of medications, therapy, exercise. Then that waste material accumulated in the organ, then organ was fail. It was suffering from the various metabolic disorders, but it does not happens when up to your brain can be stable. Your brain can be well concentrated, because due to natural phenomena our brain can elevate the blood pressure or decrease the blood pressure with the help of those systems. So when the blood pressure is fall down, once again that was detected by the baroreceptor, and baroreceptor stop to display release the impulses. When the cerebral cortex it do not got impulses from the baroreceptor, then also it integrate, it can know some blood pressure was decreases. So due to that, the baroreceptor cannot give signal to me. So that can integrated by the cerebral cortex and send message to the medulla oblongata or cardiovascular center. Then the cardiovascular center, instead of parasympathetic nervous system, it can activate the sympathetic nervous system. Then sympathetic nervous system, with the help of the sympathetic nerves or adrenergic nerve, those nerve they are inverted once again into the myocardium like a vagus nerve. Then these nerve are stimulated. So due to stimulations of these nerve, the hormone like adrenaline, noradrenaline was released from the end part of the, so these sympathetic cardiac nerves are adrenergic nerves. So this released noradrenaline, it mainly acts on the beta 1 receptor that was present in the myocardiums or muscles or cardiac cells of the heart. And here the sodium, the not sodium, that is noradrenaline acts on beta 1 and can open the sodium channel. Then sodium can be accumulated inside the myocardium or cardiac cells. So due to accumulations of sodium, the depolarization is occurs. That is nothing but positive environment was developed in the myocardium. So due to positive environment, that was known as the depolarization, it was responsible for to cause of the entry of calcium and as well as release of calcium in the cardiac cells. So then cardiac cells having a rich of calcium, due to that the conductions of impulses, generations of impulses and contractions of myocardium that was increases. So due to increase this all function, automatically the blood pressure was increases. So like that the brain, so with the help of the sympathetic nervous system, noradrenaline and sodium through a beta 1 receptor, it was involved in the to increase the blood pressure. So when the blood pressure was fall, so like that these two systems in our body, so they are involved in the regulations of the performance of the heart or whatever the heart functions are there. So that was controlled by a CNS or our brain with the help of these two systems, parasympathetic nervous systems and sympathetic nervous system. So those drug, it can activate the or those phenomena, if it is activate the parasympathetic nervous system, those drug they decrease the blood pressure. Okay, and those drug and those therapy and those technique, if they activate the this sympathetic nervous system means those can increase the blood pressure. For example, exercise, vigorous exercise, it can enhance the activity of sympathetic nervous system. So due to that only, during the exercise, our heart rate is increases, or our blood pressure increases, or those are clever, so those are more intelligent and those people students memory power is more, their IQ is strong. So those students always they are fall down due to loss of conscious, due to low BP. आपके साथ भी होगा during the preparations of NEET. Okay, so unnecessarily आपको चक्कर आके गिर जाते हैं, loss of conscious होता था because you are that is hard worker, your IQ is strong and that IQ was also regulated by acetylcholine. अगर आपका ब्रेन में acetylcholine ज़्यादा है तो ही आपका मेमोरी पावर ज़्यादा रहता है. And acetylcholine is the part of parasympathetic nervous system. And same acetylcholine in the heart, it can decrease the blood pressure. So as the blood pressure decreases, the supply of oxygen, glucose to the brain was decreases, and lack of oxygen and glucose towards the brain, we are suffering from the loss of consciousness during the examinations, during the preparations of the NEET or many other competitive examinations due to only the activations of parasympathetic nervous system. So that's why, so when you are fall down, when your BP was low, when your heart rate is less, then your first therapy is to give glucose to the patient. क्योंकि पेशेंट का ब्लड प्रेशर कम हुआ, ड्यू टू दैट द ब्रेन डू नॉट गॉट सफिशिएंट ऑक्सीजन एंड सफिशिएंट ग्लूकोज, ड्यू टू दैट the loss of conscious occurs. So on that time, due to that particular students or patients regarding the glucose supplement and well ventilations, you do not crowd around the patient. Patient के surrounding में crowd नहीं होना चाहिए in the case of loss of conscious. And second therapy, you increase the blood flow towards the brain. ब्रेन के तरफ ब्लड फ्लो ज्यादा करो क्योंकि ब्रेन के तरफ ब्लड कम पड़ा बोल के प्रेशर कम होने की वजह से लॉस ऑफ कॉन्शियस, lack of glucose and lack of oxygen, that will increase simple by lay down, उसको लाई डाउन करना चाहिए जमीन के ऊपर, देन यू कैन रेज द लेग अपवर्ड, लेग को अपवर्ड करो, then automatically leg blood is also supplied towards the brain, then he is easily recovery from the loss of conscious. Okay, so simple technique, you lay down on the earth or on the bed and slightly you can raise the leg up to 45-degree angle, then whatever the blood towards the leg, they do not go towards the leg, it can go towards our brain, then the patient within short time, within few seconds, he can recover from the loss of conscious. So like that, this system is helpful for regulations or to control the functions of the heart. Okay, in the next class we learn regarding the anatomy and physiology of the cardiac muscles in next class.